Okay, I'm in the office here. Somebody that we're going to have a little chat with. It could be in French and English, but we're trying. Well, we'll see how it goes. And what's your name?
Michel Carrier.
And you are?
Commissaire aux langues officielles, Official Language Commissioner for the province of New Brunswick.
And how long you been in this position?
Job?
Yeah.
Started on April 1st, 2003. So we're looking at 2010, 7 years.
It's been our Lord that appointed you.
Yeah. Actually, I was appointed by the Legislative Assembly in February 2003. Yeah, that's right.
And where were you born?
Edmundston, Nouveau-Brunswick.
Oh my God.
La République du Madawaska.
Oh my God. Braillon de la République.
Braillon, ouais, c'est du bon monde, Charles. Braillon.
I don't know how this interview is going to go now. I think I'm just going to cut it off and leave.
All right, thank you very much. We had a good time. See you later.
Okay, so you started in 2003.
Right.
Now, I got to ask you, what's the first complaint you ever had? Do you remember?
Not really.
So this is the first time that ever been a commissioner appointed
In New Brunswick.
for language.
Yeah.
In New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Do they have it in Ontario?
Federally, they've had one since the late 60s. So we've had 6 or 7 commissioners federally. The present one is Graham Fraser. Zian Adam was there before him.
Mm-hmm.
So Graham Fraser's been there for 4 or 5 years, I believe. And but in New Brunswick we didn't have one, although we had the Official Languages Act. We adopted our own Official Languages Act before the federal one was adopted, a few months before. Mm. But that act did not have within it that position. When the Official Languages Act was revamped, modernized, in 2002 they added this position. And so I'm the first one to occupy this position. I was appointed, as I said, in February 2002. So I left my job as Executive Director of the Law Society,
okay,
which I had been doing for 15 years, I think, and came to this office, and along with my staff, we set up the office and set up the systems and developed what we now use to deal with government, with the public, with the press, all of the systems, all of the procedures and policies that an office such as this one must have in order to function properly.
And what was your first complaint? Do you remember?
I can't remember what it was.
Come on, you gotta have always, and nobody forgets their first.
Well, this isn't like your first girlfriend.
Your first girlfriend.
No, this is not the first girlfriend. Look, I arrived here, as I said, the first week in April 2003. There were already some complaints that had been filed. I can't remember what it was. To tell you the truth, I can't remember. But it was nothing, extraordinary. It was one of those things where people had not received services in their language of choice, and so we had already started. I had been able to hire staff beforehand. We had already started a procedure on how to handle complaints. So when we arrived early in April, we started dealing with them. But I can't remember which one it was.
Okay, this is the end of part 1.
Part 1.
Part 1.